My name is Janelle Scoro. I'm a registered nurse. I've worked in community nursing for over a decade in the Chilliwack, Hope, and Agassiz areas. So many women have concerns about things that they should and shouldn't be eating or doing during pregnancy. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about that, go through some of the key messages with things you should and shouldn't be doing. So it's always important, and probably many of you are already doing this, but taking your prenatal vitamins daily, right from preconception actually is ideal. It's important to limit caffeine intake to 2 cups a day at most, which equals about 200 milligrams of caffeine. And it's important to remember that 1 cup is 250 milliliters. So a lot of times we might fill a big cup up, but that could equal 4 cups of coffee, but you think of it as just 1. It's also important to remember that caffeine is hidden in many other foods. So remember to check. Chocolate can have caffeine in it, energy drinks can have caffeine in them, as well as teas. Herbal teas are safer. Although, that being said, it's important that pregnant women avoid raspberry leaf tea. Raspberry leaf tea can cause uterine contractions, and we're not wanting that to happen prematurely. We want to wait till it's safe for those contractions to happen. So sometimes at the end of pregnancy, drinking raspberry leaf tea, if your primary care provider, such as your doctor or midwife, says it's okay, it is something that many women will enjoy at the end of pregnancy. It's important to minimize artificial sweeteners. Having some artificial sweeteners is okay. It's been deemed safe, but again, trying to minimize. So artificial sweeteners are in sugar-free food items, and like diet pops and diet drinks tend to have artificial sweeteners in them. Avoiding raw fish and unpasteurized foods is also important. It's our food safety in Canada, our food preparation safety has definitely gotten better, and there are pretty strict standards. So if you are eating at a reputable restaurant, having the occasional food item from these categories, the risk of it is still quite low, but if possible, trying to avoid those. In general, foods that you should be eating, lots and lots of fresh fruits and vegetables is a key component of a healthy pregnancy. Also remember to include calcium-rich foods, so things like dairy products, so yogurts, cheeses, tofu has calcium in it, almonds, broccoli, some of those foods are high in calcium. It's also important to include a low mercury fish in your diet, and ideally weekly if you can include a low mercury fish such as salmon in your diet weekly. The fats from the salmon are good for your baby's developing brain. And we also want to include whole grains such as whole grain breads, pastas, and as well as proteins, meats, legumes, beans, lentils are an important part of a pregnant woman's diet. So I'd like to do a comparison of sugar content from, a typical drink that you might get at your local coffee shop. So maybe an iced coffee drink or a warm latte style type drink. Those drinks can range from 33 grams of sugar to 66 grams of sugar. So, and when we think about the nutrients in those drinks, there's some milk, but other than that, it's sugar, a lot of sugar. And in your milk, you might get some calcium, some vitamin D, some vitamin A. But we have to remember that caffeine can actually block some of that calcium absorption. So you might not be getting the full benefit of that calcium from those coffee drinks. If we take that and now we look at a snack that you could have in place of those iced coffee or latte style drinks, and have a whole apple with the skin on and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, what you're gonna find in those is that there's 17 grams of sugar, so half or even more than half the sugar, depending on what coffee drink you have. And there's 7 grams of fiber, as well as you'll find there's vitamin C, B vitamins, vitamin A, and phytonutrients from that snack. So all those things with those minerals and vitamins are so important for your developing baby. And you're going to probably feel more full by eating the apple and peanut butter compared to the coffee drink. I'm not saying that you never should enjoy a coffee drink. It's okay to treat yourself to those occasionally, but maybe trying to cut down if you were, having them daily or twice daily, and really try to think about, is this nutritious for me and my baby?